And another Denver timeout.
Nuggets don't know what hit them right now. They're punch drunk out there. They're trying to find the answers. It's bad body language, a lot of confusion. But how many wide open corner threes are the Nuggets going to allow? That's like the fourth one this half.
That was former NBA player Brendan Haywood giving that commentary about the confusion and the open three-pointers in the corner that the Denver Nuggets were giving up. I got the game footage that we're going to get into to back up what he was saying. And as well, we're going to get into Jalen Green and what Inside the NBA had to say about him trying to be more consistent. First off, I want to go with the Nuggets. You know, they fired their head coach Mike Malone recently. And we heard the reports about ownership doing this right before the playoffs because they wanted to give the team a jolt. Well, it didn't look like it in last night's game. They got blown out. Let's break this down. Check this out. Michael Porter comes to help Jamal Murray on a double team. Kawhi passes it out. Great. But what are they doing? They both run away from Kawhi Leonard. You see Jamal Murray put his head in frustration, which leaves Kawhi open for a three-pointer. On this play, the Nuggets players are going to blitz Norman Powell, and he's going to give it up to Zubac. For some reason, though, Nikola Jokic is so preoccupied with swarming Zubac that he ends up leaving Harden. Zubac is not a threat in the post. Brown totally forgets that Chris Dunn is cut into the basket, and you would think that's what kills them, but nah. If you really keep watching, he's going to pass it out to James Harden, as I said, who was open. Nikola Jokic should have really switched on him. That forces Aaron Gordon to cover James Harden. It forces Jamal Murray then to get Norman Powell, which leaves who open in the corner? Kawhi Leonard for an open three-pointer. These were the kind of plays that really killed the Nuggets in this game. Here, once again, they're going to blitz the ball handler Norman Powell. Michael Porter, you got to step up on Zubac for the roll. As a result, it's an easy dunk. On this play, I'm going to show you see Aaron Gordon. He's kind of guarding two players in space because there's a double team on Kawhi Leonard in the red circle. But at this point, you see Derrick Jones Jr. He's already near the basket. So Aaron Gordon, you got to commit because Norman Powell is pretty much on the opposite side of the court. That's a harder pass to make even though he is open while you have Derrick Jones right at the basket for a dunk. Then you have a lot of plays like this where Nikola Jokic is simply getting beat off the dribble. And this is not the only reason why the Nuggets are losing, but when your defense is standing out in a very bad way, these plays matter. I'll let Brendan Haywood say it once more because this is really an issue.
Jokic has to slide over. Big fella gets a little bit lazy and just reaches in, commits the foul.
Moving on to the box score of this game as we transition into the Rockets side of things and what Inside the NBA had to say. The Clippers shot 48% from the field, which is definitely on the higher side. It's not really bad. It could be better. But what really was bad and can't happen for the Denver Nuggets if they want any chance to win is the Clippers shooting 46% from the three-point line as well. I also want to point out that the Denver Nuggets themselves shot 40% from the field, which is definitely on the lower side, and 27% from the three-point line. I bring that up because I'm looking at Nikola Jokic's numbers the past 3 games. They look good. 29 points, 26 points, 23 points, double-digit assists. But if I'm the Denver Nuggets, I'm going to look at Nikola Jokic and say, yo, man, forget the triple-double stuff. We need you to score 35, 40, 45 points. We need you to have a huge game tonight offensively when it comes to scoring. That is going to really push the series in another direction if it happens. All right, let's move on now.
He's a heck of a player. But he's got to find a way. You can't go 38-7.
Yeah, you got to shoot.
It's got to be.
You're not cutting him any slack for a playoff debut. Never been there in game 1.
Oh, no, but he's been doing the same thing all season.
There has been a roller coaster.
Yeah, but he got a lot of talent. Like, you can go 30, 17, 20. You can't go 30-7.
Yeah, Jalen Green, game 2, had a huge bounce back, and I'll show you some plays where he was either hitting shots or making the right call. Draymond Green playing some help safety kind of defense. Thompson slides down in the paint instead of trying to shoot a three-pointer. It's the same thing here. Draymond Green once again tries to help a guy open. Same thing again right here. All right, he's hitting the guys for open shots. This is him off the pick and roll. Butler's way down below. He goes under the screen. He hits the three-pointer. Same pick and roll again, but this time he drives. There's no rim protection on the Warriors. They play small ball. You could go at the rim and try to get yourself a basket. He got fouled on the pick and roll again, and he gets switched on this time a big man that they have. And as we know, you see Luka Doncic do stuff like this a lot. He got the space and he hits a three-pointer. Jalen Green, he has this kind of potential to be a really great shot maker as you see him fake out Buddy Hield for a really tough three-point shot. This is what you want from your potential star player with Alperen Sengun. You're going to see another play where he gets a pick and roll. All right, and again, he gets a mismatch on the big man. Post can't really guard him in space. This is an easy shot for him. And I think he does much better with the ball in his hands and him actually initiating the offense, playing point guard, as opposed to playing off the ball. It just finds more opportunities for him to create because him being a natural shot creator is what his game is.
Oh, but he said, if you give me 30 one night and 10 one night, people going to say, well, he's averaging 20. He says, we can't win like that. And that was one of the most valuable lessons he taught me as a coach. Rest in peace, Coach Silas.
I love this point by Charles Barkley that he brought up from the coach Paul Silas. If you scored 10 points in one game and you're the star player, you have little to no chance of winning that game. Sure, the next game after you score 30, that gives you a high chance. But let's spread that 40 points out more balanced, where you have 17 in one game. It's not the greatest of games. However, if one of your teammates steps up, all right, now you have a much more better chance, even with that 17. And then in the 23 points, it's not the greatest game either. But the point is, it's still enough to put you in a position as a star player to get your team a victory, especially if you're playing good defense, things of that nature. I'm looking at the Houston Rockets. You have a chance to really win the series now with Jimmy Butler unfortunately being injured. Him playing in Game 3, it looks doubtful. Who knows if he comes back in the series at all. If the Rockets want to make some noise, this is the chance. In their last game, Game 2, Steph Curry was held at 20 points. He had 6 turnovers. All right, without Jimmy Butler, it's going to be very, very tough for this Warriors team to win. If I'm Jalen Green, this is the chance now to really show, yo, I'm a star player, and me and Alper Sengun are a 1-2 punch for years to come. I'm going to leave things right here. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you think about the Denver Nuggets. Is the series over? I'm going to lie to you. It looks like it is. I'm not really too confident in the Denver Nuggets. I did say that the Clippers were going to win in 6. We're going to see how that goes. So for me, I got Nuggets winning one more game, and then that's pretty much it. But let me know if you disagree, if you think I got it wrong. And then on the Rockets side, is Jalen Green that consistent superstar? Can he be that guy that takes it to a next level? There was actually a short I did as well where Kenny was saying that he thinks Ime Udoka is going to take Jalen Green's game to the next level where it becomes like Jaylen Brown. And I pushed back on that saying, well, Jaylen Brown plays defense as well too. Right, so we got to put that in the mix. All right, like, share, and subscribe. Hit me up in the comment section. And as always, salute for listening. Peace.